Thank you for coming and welcome to the Planning and Highways Committee meeting on this day, 11th of August 2016. Hopefully there won't be a fire drill or a fire, but in case there is, please leave the building the way you came in or exit through the doors at the back here and be careful how you access the steps. And using the car park below. Under no circumstances use the lift, although the lift area is a fireproof area. Can you make sure that all mobile phones are either put on silent or switched off, please? Right, apologies for absence and declaration of substitute members.
Just Councillor Phil Baldwin due to work commitments.
Sorry.
Coming up in his mouth, isn't it?
He's got to go to work.
Disclosure of interest. To deal with any disclosure by members of any disclosable pecuniary interests and interests other than pecuniary interests as defined under the Seaford Town Council Code of Conduct and Localism Act 2011 in relation to matters on the agenda.
LW 160499, it is my next door neighbour, although I've not got particular interest.
LW 3334/CC, Credible Community Primary School Urban Employee Release at Kent Council. I can't vote on that.
Item 3, public participation. In accordance with Standing Order 3 and Seaford Town Council policy, members of the public will be entitled to speak on general issues concerning this committee on non-planning application matters at this point. People wishing to speak on planning applications may do so immediately before each planning application.
Was the camera on all this going on?
Yes.
So you got it all?
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Make sure you keep it.
Thank you. Right, move on to planning applications, weekend in the 15th of July. LW/16/0531 4 Downs Road. Any members of the public like to comment? Anybody like to give a meeting?
Thank you, Chair. This is a small, unobtrusive extension. I've got absolutely no objections to it.
Is that my second? So, Roger, and those in favour of the Thank you. Planning applications, weekend in the 22nd of July. We know LW/160460 is being postponed to a later date. So we'll move on to LW/16/0499, flat 1, 41 Sutton Park Road. Any members of the public like to comment on this application? Open to the committee.
No objection.
Second, can I have a show of hands, no objection?
I'm surprised you need the planning commission for that.
You do? Yeah, it's true. Must be some reason. LW/16/0507 March Gardens, East Street. Any members of the public want to comment on this one? On this particular one, as this is Seaford Town Council property, we don't make any comments. Okay. Councillor
I think just to make the comment that the wrong was a particularly poor quality. And we have had to understand it.
Okay.
Thank you. Likewise, I go Councillor Weston also. There's no plan whatsoever, so you didn't know how it related to the neighbouring football club, effectively either. So again, very unclear. So quite disappointing. But we can't say that, of course.
Committee happy for making a comment?
Yes, therefore, reserve it.
Yes, it is.
LW stroke 16 stroke 0551 65 Quarry Lane. Anyone else like to comment on this application? Open to the committee.
No objection.
Councillor Sergeant,
No objection.
I find a seconder. And all those in favour, no objection. LW stroke 16 stroke 0564 80 Clementine Avenue. Anyone's public wants comments? Open to the committee. Councillor Rowe.
Firstly, I'd like to say that there was 14 documents on when you opened that portal, which was quite ridiculous for a planning application for one consistency, and none of them were fully combined. I mean, this is a remark I could make about several of the ones that are before us tonight. We were told that we were going to get one tick and get all the plans up, and lots of them are not conforming to that, and this one is particularly bad when you've got 14 documents for a very small planning application. Having said that, I've got no objection.
Maybe we can put that into our response to the letter as an example. Councillor
Thank you, Chairman. I'd like to second Councillor Lowe's comments. I thought it was a very thoughtful and clever design, having said all that. The conservatory being on rails on stilts and the stairs within, and it's obviously quite a tricky application. Maybe that contributed to the number of screenshots, I don't know, but I think it was an appalling plan application to review, but seconded, no objection.
And then I have a show of hands of no objection. Thank you. LW stroke 16 stroke 0590 Border Healthcare Seaford, Sutton Road. Any members of the public like to comment? Open to the committee.
No objection.
Councillor
No objection, no Chairman. Quite sensible.
Traffic off the road, wouldn't it?
One second, please. Thank you. And the show of hands of no objection. No objection. LW stroke 16 stroke 0603 1 Claremont Court, Claremont Road. Any members of the public like to comment? Open to the committee.
There's room for this extension of the size of the application.
Find a seconder. Okay. And that show of hands of no objection. Thank you. Planning applications weekend in the 29th of July. LW stroke 16 stroke 0555 Lidlington Court, Surrey Road. Any members of the public like to comment on this application? Open to the committee. Councillor Latham.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I couldn't see why really planning application was required for this, but it's basically replacing railings and repainting the building. The planning application referred to photographs, and there were no photographs on the site. So I don't know what those were. I presume they were to show us the disintegrating railings and maybe some impression of how it would look. But I don't think planning application would be required for this actually, and no objection.
Is that right? Councillor Wilson.
I was going to say photograph, but it wasn't a photograph. It looked like a piece of Google map that they put A, B, C, D on, and, but again, why they needed it, I don't know.
No.
Wasting everybody's time.
Mm.
Might have been when those flats were built, there might have been some policies put on them that, you know, any alterations had to be, you know, that's what I think might be in that. They certainly do need updating. So can I have was that second? You seconded. Can I have a show of hands with no objection, please? LW stroke 16 stroke 0579 9 Mill Drive. Any members of the public like to comment? Open to the committee. Councillor Latham?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I thought this was a terrible application. I couldn't understand I think there are only three sections to it, but it was a terrible application. I just couldn't see what they were trying to achieve. So I can't vote on this. I'll have to abstain.
Thank you. Any other comments? Councillor Honey?
Yeah, likewise with Councillor Latham, it was very limited information. I couldn't really understand what was going on. So I should abstain as well.
Anybody else like to comment? You want to make a comment on that? No comment?
Well, I wonder whether we could take a vote on it. This would actually emphasise some of the difficulties we're having with the new system. And I don't like to make an example of a particular application, but maybe we could agree to abstain on this because the application was insufficient or inadequate for us to make a decision.
Time to second that. Can I have a show of hands on the
This was another one that was almost or very difficult to understand. It was a series of single sheet drawings. You had to use your imagination to work out what the extension was going to be like, and those plans certainly would not pass building regulations anyway. But I mean, it's just a straightforward extension with a long folding door and 4 roof lights in a sloping roof. But the drawings are not of a very high quality and there's very little information on them.
Councillor Kane?
We need to remember as well that they don't have to all go to architects. You know, the individuals can draw them themselves with a pen and paper, without a ruler if they wanted. They could scribble it, get their kids to colour it in. That is a good enough planning application for planning. Just because we can't, we can't see it very clearly, it is clear enough. And we should be using our imaginations to go, well actually, yeah, I can see what that is, and there are others on that street, and a bit of common sense, and no objections to it.
Is that second? Councillor Flower?
Yeah, I no objection, but I do think we need to comment on, the fact that it's quite insulting that some of the plans appear upside down, why should you have to cope with that? So that's obviously nothing to do with the applicant, it's to do with our
Put those comments
Yes.
on next agenda item. So, got a proposal, no objection. Is that fine to second?
Yeah.
a show of hands of no objection? Thank you. Those against? Abstain. Thank you. East Sussex County Council consultation, LW stroke double three three. Right? Oh, sorry. LW stroke 16 stroke 0604 55 Hindover Road. Commence comment. Open to the committee. Councillor Buchanan.
Yeah, the last meeting we made no objection to a house on the same street with the same planning application for 43 Hindover. This is just a few houses up with the same one. No objection.
Is that one seconder? Councillor Lower? And can I have a show of hands of no objection? Thank you. East Sussex County Council consultation. To consider planning application in respect of LW stroke 333 stroke CC Cradle Hill Community Primary School, Lexington Road, Seaford, BN 253BF. Any members of the public like to comment? Mr. Gow?
I'd like to commend this application to the committee. As a governor of the school, it's greatly a necessity, and I hope you will support it.
Thank you. Open to the committee. Councillor.
I was unable to access the site, but it all sounds very reasonable in principle, so I would have no objection.
So can I have a seconder?
Already named.
And can I have a show of hands of no objection, please?
Abstain.
Thank you. Tree work applications. TW stroke 16 stroke 0081 stroke TPO 1 Bromley Road. Any members of the public like to comment? Open to the committee. Councillor Lowe?
I think it's proving back to the previous point, no objection.
Okay, seconder.
No objection.
And show of hands of no objection. Thank you. TW stroke 16 stroke 0085 stroke TPO, Cookmere Cottage, Chinkton Lane. Members of the public like to comment? Open to the committee.
No objection.
And can I have a seconder for that? Thank you, and the show of hands for no objection. Thank you. TW stroke 16 stroke 0086 stroke TPO 3 Marks Close. Any members of the public like to comment? Open to the committee. Councillor Lowe?
I think Leyland I've got to be kept in check, so no objection.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course it will improve their view of Chinkton Way across the road, so.
Can I have a show of hands of no objection, please? Thank you. TW stroke 16 stroke 0087 stroke TPO 31 Belgrave Road. Members of the public want to comment? Open to the committee.
No objection.
Find a seconder. Thank you, and show of hands of no objection. Thank you. TW stroke 16 stroke 0082 stroke TPO Hamilton House, Belgrave Road. Any members of the public want to comment? And open to the committee.
No objection.
Thank you. Find a seconder. Thank you. And show of hands of no objection. Thank you. And go on to agenda item 5. To coordinate a response to Lewis District Council as requested in received email shown as Appendix A. points made already, so we want to add to we've had lack of hard copy plans making councillors work harder and spending more time on research, and also less of a picture. Yeah, less of a picture of the plan to work with more work. Not user friendly, or with people with sight issues. That's referring really to members of the public. On a number of cases, you can't view plans side by side, which is it's not often you get combined plans on one page. Screen time activates too quickly, discriminating to the public who don't have computers. A couple of issues came up while discussing the planning applications. Want to add those into the comments?
Can I just ask, it says at the bottom of this email to James, I would also like to assure you that we'll continue to send printed versions of plans for major applications. Have we had any come through as hard? So not for Chipton, display or
We've been assured that when Newlands comes along, they will actually send direct to us, but so
do we need to request those, or will they, is it their judgment on the major plans? I wonder.
I can ask. I would assume that they would understand it's a big project or item application, and would naturally just do it as a matter of course, but we can respond and ask.
We had a lot of controversy with the one on Stone Road, didn't we, which was not dozens of houses, but it was very controversial, and that's the sort of one that we could do with hard copy plans for.
Request.
Do we have to request hard copies of major development / controversial sites?
Okay, councillor.
Councillor knows the comment.
Councillor Nathan.
In the second paragraph, Mr. Morris says that after the teething problems have been resolved, he's convinced that long-term gains will be mutually beneficial. Well, I can't actually see any long-term gains, so perhaps we could ask him what he sees as the beneficial long-term gains to us, the benefits to us. Because all it's doing is they're saving 20,000 a year, and they're transferring the cost to us, plus the inefficiencies of working with a less than perfect computer system. So I can't see that as a long-term gain. So perhaps you could spell it out for us.
well, just say make our lives easy.
Yes, I don't see that either. But he's also director or head of revenues as well as head of planning, so perhaps that's got something to do with it.
I mean, as an example, talking about sending us printed versions, I would have thought that application that we deferred tonight for Chinkton Way was in a booklet form. I mean, it looked as though it might be that way, But it looked as though it was literally copied from a booklet. But it would have been nice to have had that booklet because I would have thought it was necessary really, and you can see from the amount of interest that perhaps the public at large would like to have seen.
Well, this is the design and access statement.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Now, if you look at this, I printed this out, it's 55 pages long. Most of it's rubbish. But there's colours on every page here. I don't know what the cost of printing that out turned out to be, but it's not insignificant, you know. I think if we all do this, maybe 10 or 12 times 55, with all the ink and all the rest, I don't think that's good enough, frankly.
It's probably 12p a copy.
12p a page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I meant.
So that's about £7 worth of printing. Yeah.
Do that 10 times.
£70 it's cost this committee just to print that one document.
Just second, I think I mentioned it last time where it's talking about tangible benefits to us all here, and again, it's a bit of a bugbear of mine when, you know, we are volunteers and, you know, we don't get paid for this. But if I added up all the hours for this agenda and all these meetings, there's more than a day's work there. And I don't have the time to sit down, give 12 hours a week to planning. So what happens then? It just means I'm skirting over things, just picking out pertinent points, pertinent planning issues, contentious ones from the public, and the rest just gets skirted over because it is taking hours and hours. That document, it was 2 hours, 3 hours reading there. I'm not, you know, if I was a district council, I think I've said before, I wouldn't mind because I'd be getting paid for it, but I'm not. It's all my own free time. And I don't have the time. You know, so for me, I need to start thinking these tangible benefits, they're not coming my way. The only benefit, it just means I probably won't be able to be on the planning committee next time round. So I have to take myself off it because I don't have the time.
But with paper copies, do you find it a lot
For
quicker?
paper copies, Chair, I'd be able to sit on the train, go to work and flick through them and read them, make notes.
Councillor Latham.
Just to kind of look back on that, Chairman.
What train?
I think, you know, we mentioned this before, but following on from Councillor McLean, it's important to, I think, being only consultees is a worry because our opinions are often sometimes overturned by this, and it seems sometimes that they're not appropriately overturned because the planning officers don't live in Seaford, they don't have the local knowledge that we have, and for reasons best known to themselves, they draw the opposite conclusion, and we've therefore wasted our time printing everything we do on that application. And somebody needs to stand up and talk to these people in verse and make these points, because if we're to be a valid consultee, then I think really what we say, what we decide, we might not present it in the most appropriate way, but perhaps it needs a little further consideration, feedback, before they make their final decision. Some sort of interaction would be very helpful, rather than just a table at the end saying something that we've approved, they've rejected, or vice versa.
I think it's slightly
Yeah, but it's following on, it's all part and parcel of the same. It's probably not quite appropriate for this letter, but maybe another letter. I know Councillor Worcester is looking at these issues where the decision has been overturned in more depth to see whether there's any consistency to those decisions. But it is a worry, and I agree with Councillor McLean entirely, that if we're going to spend our time voluntarily providing this service, it needs some sort of fine-tuning to make it worthwhile. Otherwise, I would probably not want to sit on the committee again either.
Okay, thank you. Councillor
I think people have got a copy of the notes that I made to send to
Yes.
that could be adapted in some way just to formalise it more, because there's a lot of the points we're making now actually on there. It might help Lisa or whoever has to note it.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think, you know, we really sort of discussed this before, haven't we? For you to go away and do this.
I haven't had a response, I have to say, from the chair of the Lawyers Association of District Councils to see whether he's actually made a response, but I know he was going to. I will chase him again to see if he did.
Okay, okay. Councillor
Just as a point of interest, they have in fact overturned 16 decisions we've made this year. Yeah. I will look at them carefully and see why.
So that is, you know, we're sort of digressing from sort of paperless copies at the moment, but we can have a discussion about that at another time. So, any more comments to put forward? Happy to is there any particular in Councillor Lowe's, what she said to the chairman, you want to particularly pick out to put in the letter from Seaford Town Council?
It's great, so I just want to thank Penny for her time. It's really appreciated, Penny, for your hard work.
Thank you. Any more comments?
I'm not sure if we've made it really clear that as well as being a lot more work and costing us money, it reduces our efficiency because the poor quality of some of the submissions, which has definitely deteriorated over the last few months, makes it impossible for us to make as informed a decision as we would like, informed and advice as we would like.
Lack of clarity in the applications.
To hold the town councils to come to an informed decision.
Come to
It's not advice, it's not a decision.
Information to inform you.
Yeah.
Making a mess.
Could add difficulty of access as well as the poor quality. Poor quality of the applications and the difficulty of access. Both contribute to not quality.
If we were.
Which has been noticeable in the last few months.
Yes,
Since
I'm
it's
sure.
gone electronic.
There's someone different doing it.
Tree officer recommended.
Any more comments? Yeah. Do you, on Councillor Lowe's document, do you want 1 to 8 to be included into the letter we sent to LDC. Yeah? That's our comments tonight.
Going to be with a gold medal today, I think, isn't it? With a gold medal today,
Statements which is about tangible benefits not being seen by town councillors who are volunteers with pedagogues, particularly on trains, etc. as well, communities and lives. And obviously the GIA can be, so try that as 9, that as 10, and we'll put these two as questions that need to be answered. Sound good?
That sounds good. Do you want that or we read out?
Question Chair, item 6 where it says there's no budget or capacity. Well, where and when have we been asked that? That there is no budget for any planning. And in what committee has it been asked? Because who said there's no budget for it? So can I have clarification of that, please?
It's not currently in this year's budget because it wasn't clarified before the budgets were created.
So as it hasn't been asked, you can't really say there's no budget for it. I mean, there could be a budget. That's what I was going to say.
Only on next year's budget.
Which we will start looking
But
at.
at the moment there isn't.
Okay.
Mr Morris does, thank you Chair, Mr Morris does say that there's been much discussion about whether some of the small parish councils have sufficient money available to purchase the requisite equipment to support this process. There are opportunities for many councils to access funding from government's transparency project, and we are more than happy to support you in applying for those funds. So we could apply for a grant, presumably.
Would you like me to ask him for details on that, of a procedure, how we can go
That'd be very
about it?
sensible.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we can ask that as a question.
I'm not entirely sure how that's going to solve our problem. It's worth asking.
You've got to remember too that we did ask the council to save, was it 25,000 in the current financial year, or was that next year? Yeah.
Or get grant income.
Well, that's been done, by the way.
Yeah. Yes, I like number 8.
Okay. Yeah, understood. Okay. You want that one read out? No? You sure?
No, well, we'll accept your.
Right, okay, so
We do into A, which is things in the letter, going into councillor McLean's comment about the benefits
yes.
of being paid post. Councillor Lambert about the lack of clarity in the application. And then we're going to ask 3 questions. How do we request copies of major developments and on controversial sites? Question 2, can they advise us what long-term gains and benefits are to the town council? And question 3 is going to be about how do we go about receiving government transparency project? What is the procedure to apply for that additional funding?
Yeah.
We'll ask them directly as 3 questions.
Question 4, we don't get double C's.
Would you also like to see the draft letter before it goes out?
Would the committee like to see the draft letter before?
Yes, rather than send it out for comments. Too strong. Too strong.
So can I have a proposer?
understand that RW 160227, 94 North Way, did in fact come to this committee, and yet on this paper it says not applicable and STC not consulted. So maybe we should just check that well, I think we have already checked.
We have checked.
So perhaps we could ask them to correct this.
Okay, we did say no objection.
Okay.
It was approved by the district council.
Roughly, does anything major research into, is it been recent, has it been just a little while ago? Because I'm obviously going to have to put your date in for when it's here. If you don't know, that's fine, I'll say.
Well, it was registered in the 31st of March.
Oh, right, okay,
So
so it's going to be
around that
commemorative,
time,
that's
yeah.
fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just
I'll find that date and have that amended.
I would be interested to see why they've done those two garages down for
Yes.
Simon Wiley.
Go on the portal if you want to go and have a look, if you can find it.
Right, no other questions? That concludes the meeting at 7:00.